Hey, welcome to my newer channel. This is Mo Does DIYs. I'm so glad that you stopped by today, and I like to take Dollar Tree items and turn them into high-end looking decor pieces. Today's video is my top 5 Dollar Tree fall farmhouse DIYs. We're up at the camper right now, and so it's just perfect for this country twang of a video. So on that note, let's get started. Welcome. All right, let's get to it. So in my last video, I did a Dollar Tree fall haul. I finally found all the pieces I was looking for, so I was really happy to finally find all these incredible fall decor pieces from the Dollar Tree. This first incredible DIY I was so excited to share because it's beautiful and it's simple. You can find these styrofoam pumpkins at your local Dollar Tree. Hopefully, mine near Detroit doesn't have them. Look, you could also take these pumpkin decorating kits and turn it into a kid DIY, which would be really cute. After taking off the little top, I used the color Laguna by Apple Barrel, and I just gave it 2 really good coats of paint. I let it dry in between, of course, because you don't want it to be all globby and goopy and nasty. And then for the top, I used Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel, and I gave that 2 coats as well. For my second pumpkin, I used the color Pumpkin Harvest, and I gave that 2 coats as well and let it dry really good. And also repeated for the top, I used the Burnt Umber. For the third pumpkin, I used Antique White by Apple Barrel and gave this 2 coats as well. And then once I let them all dry, I was ready to move on. While I was waiting for these to dry, I just took the same colors and painted all these little mini Dollar Tree pumpkins in the same colors. This next part, I used this chestnut and this territorial beige, all by Apple Barrel, and I just took my little brush and I went in between these little cracks to kind of give this a dimension. And I know this looks really dark right here, so what I did was once it dried completely, I just took the original color and went over the top just to kind of blend it, and now it's perfect. Isn't that pretty? Then I took these Dollar Tree leaves. You can find 50 in a pack for $1, so that's only 2 cents a leaf, and I hot glued them on the top of each with my Pro Klebler professional hot glue gun. I have to say this is my favorite DIY of the video, so I had to do it first. I couldn't help myself. Yeah. Stick around to the end of the video because I have actually a lot of cool ones in the end too. But aren't these sharp? And would you know that those were styrofoam? You wouldn't. So I just absolutely love them. For this next DIY, I wanted to make a 3-tiered tray, and I wanted to use only Dollar Tree products, and it actually turned out incredible. Wait till you see this. So this only cost me $5, and yes, that is 50-cent burner covers from the Dollar Tree. So using my white chalk paint by Folk Art, I gave these 2 really good coats just to kind of prime it, because I was going to end up spray painting over it with a off-white anyways, so this was just kind of to give it primer. Now I'm up north, so I don't have all my supplies, and so I kind of just had to use what I had and just work with what I had, you know what I mean? After 2 really good coats and letting them dry completely overnight, I was ready to move on to the next step. I think it's really important and good for the soul to get outside and do crafts out there whenever you can. So that bottom little, stove burner was the base, and then I used a candle holder. Then on top of that, I had glued that glass just for stability, and then I glued the second stove top burner burner cover or whatever on top of that, and that really gave it a lot of stability. To finish it off, I took that candle holder and then topped it off with that little piece of glass, and it's perfect. Then I took Satin Ivory by Krylon and I gave it a really good coat of spray paint, and I let it dry for probably about 8 hours. To finish it off, I used burnt umber, chestnut, some territorial beige, and then I ended up using some gray, and I just did a dry brush method to give it a farmhouse rustic antique look, and it turned out really, really beautiful. And right here, you can see I used pewter gray to finish it off, and then I let this dry overnight and it was done. It wasn't completely dry here, but I was just kind of putting things on it like, oh my gosh, I love this. I highly recommend doing a 3-tier tray like this because it only cost $5 and it's really sturdy. It's not going to fall apart on you, so I promise this is definitely one to try. Alright, this is a super fast bonus DIY. You can find these beautiful little boxes, and I just leave it as is, and I put these beautiful little yellow stems from the Dollar Tree in them. That is 4 pieces, and that was it. It was done. And that's a beautiful, easy, simple DIY, but it's beautiful because it has a lot of height. And so I ended up putting this in our bathroom in the camper, and I think it's so cute. I can't. Let's move on to some pumpkins. Alright, so I used all the same colors, the Laguna, and then I also used that Pumpkin Harvest, and I don't know, I love these colors together, and so I gave them 2 really good coats of paint and let them dry completely overnight. This is what they look like completely dry, and sorry about the lighting here. I was outside and it was getting dark, but all the neighbors around here were having karaoke night, and so I wanted to hear the music, and I'm not at home, so I don't have my lighting set. But basically I was giving these some lines and some dimension with my brown to kind of just give it a little character so it wouldn't look super plain. And then all I did was, to finish it off for the orange one, I just took all these beautiful Dollar Tree leaves and that beautiful bow and hot glued it on top. And then for this one, I decided to continue with the leaf theme and hot glue them on top as well. It got really dark here. I had to move inside, but before I want to show you, I took this little pumpkin from the Dollar Tree and I cut it in half, and then I ended up hot gluing it on the front. I'm really sorry that you can't even see here, but I was using those alphabet stickers I had got in my last haul video, and I just put on the word Welcome Fall. And to finish up the orange one, I just put on the words Hello Pumpkin, and these were done so easy, so cute, but they look really, I don't know, they just look so cute, really friendly and inviting, and definitely a conversation piece. When someone walks in, they'll be like, did you buy that or did you make that? This is another really fast and easy, really cute DIY idea. You can take one of those pumpkins from the Dollar Tree fall section and just paint it any color that you want. I used the backside so that I wouldn't have to sand off any of the words. And then I just took these really beautiful ribbons from the Dollar Tree and I cut, I want to say, about 5 inches each. Now this is how I make a bow. It's a little bit different, a little bit unique, but I think it looks really pretty, especially when you do it like with really large ribbon. So I just take 3 pieces. I mean, you could use like 5 pieces if you wanted, but at least 3 pieces, and then I just tie them together in a knot. Also, making sure that the 3 pieces are fanned out so you could see them all, I just hot glued it on the front. Then to finish it, I just used my alphabet letters again, saying Farm Fresh, and this was done. How adorable is this one? I love it. Alright, moving on to the next DIY. I wanted to make these really pretty vases. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get a beautiful vase for, your home. So I decided to take that flat black paint by Rust-Oleum and I spray painted 2 really good coats and let it dry. I also found this really beautiful, really unique vase from the Dollar Tree, and so my husband had primed it there. And then this was me using my nail. This is my airbrush machine, but you also can, paint with it. It doesn't have to be just for your nails. And so I used a really beautiful color teal, and we did it together, and it was actually really fun because the neighbors were doing karaoke, and it was quite a wild night last night. I choose being outside over indoors any day. Pretty much anyone else I know does too, right? And I just put the little, yellow stems inside of these once they were dry, and these are complete. Now you could also add a bow to them, that would be beautiful, but I wanted mine to be plain. And I was just putting it next to my sink and just seeing how it looked, and I'm I don't know, I love these. Another idea you could do is you could use these beautiful, they're coral color flowers from the Dollar Tree right now, and they're absolutely stunning, and I think this looks so sharp in that tall, skinny black vase. I can't even deal. I love it. This video was so fun to make. It was actually really easy. Nothing in this video is from any other store besides the letters. Everything is from the Dollar Tree. Even these pumpkins. I mean, would you even know that those were styrofoam? You really wouldn't. So everything turned out beautiful. I was really happy to share this today. And if you enjoyed this video, if you got some ideas, or if you got inspired, then make sure you smash that like button for me. Subscribe, stick around, and I'll definitely have more top 5 videos coming soon. So on that note, thanks for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe, stick around, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.